Today, we are demonstrating some new features in Splunk SOAR 6.4.1. Historically, there have been minimal editing capabilities inside the Visual Playbook editor, but now the editor supports copy and paste functionality. As an example, let's consider this section of the playbook. This set of 4 blocks might be useful for us to put into another section of the playbook that we're building. So we can use keyboard shortcuts. Depending on our operating system, Command or Control-C to copy the blocks that we've selected. Holding down the Shift key to select them all, and then we click elsewhere on the playbook canvas and use Command-V to paste them in. While multiple blocks are selected, we can drag and position them as a unit. And then we can reconnect that section of the playbook to the main part of the playbook and continue on. Now, that section of blocks is still currently on our clipboard. So something else we could do is switch to a completely different playbook, still using the Command-V keystroke to paste in the set of blocks there as well. This functionality works even if I'm working on different SOAR servers, because this content is actually encoded as base64 text when it goes on the clipboard. So in fact, you can actually just paste into a notepad or text editor if you want to save that someplace else. Then later on, copy that content from the text editor and paste it back into the Visual Playbook editor from version 6.4.1 onwards. It will do the same thing as if you directly pasted it in between 2 playbooks. So this gives us some nice new tools for being able to work in the Visual Playbook editor and brings up some opportunities. For instance, you can have the concept of snippets, and this becomes particularly useful with code, where perhaps we've built a set of code blocks that do particularly useful things for us using some Python code. We can copy and paste those blocks into a playbook that's not intended to run, but just intended to be a library. This one we've called snippets. So if needed, we can come in here in the future and select one of them to copy it, and then paste it back into a playbook that we're currently working on and utilize it in that new playbook. One other new capability that's come in is once we've used shift-clicking to select a set of 2 or more blocks, we can also use the Command-Delete keystroke to remove multiple blocks at one time, along with their associated connectors. Other changes allow us to use copy and paste in the code editor. For instance, if we're going to make a new version of this function, we can use Command-C to copy it, and then Command-V to paste it back in. Then make whatever changes to it as necessary. We also have a find capability with Command-F. As an example, we can search for asset and see where we have used that expression, and it will be highlighted wherever it's being used. Pressing Escape gets us out of search. We can also use the Option Command-F keystroke to find and replace. So perhaps we want to replace asset with another term such as component. Once we press Enter, it will highlight the first place that it finds asset and ask us if we want to replace it, and continue that process as we press Yes. Or if we've decided we'd like to do them all, we can click All, or we can click Stop to stop the replacement. The last update is we can now use Command right bracket to indent and Command left bracket to unindent. This is a feature you'll see in a lot of code editors today, so it's really nice to see it here in our code editor as well. That's a wrap on the new Splunk SOAR Visual Playbook Editor editing tools that have come in version 6.4.1. We hope they'll be useful and that you'll get a chance to try them soon. Happy Splunking!